All right, everybody, welcome to Hooligans Underground. Welcome to Standing Room Only. Hey, and another fine Tuesday.
Fine Tuesday.
Fine day
Let's
forever.
just start the work week and it's already Tuesday. I like that.
Well, look, we sure do have a full house tonight. I like
Yeah.
that.
Standing room only.
Look, most of y'all are standing up.
Well,
That's
yeah,
like an
well, it's
added
standing
bonus.
room only, so you gotta stand.
That's it.
Squish in close.
You don't want to play, you gotta pay.
Gotta pay. That's right. All right, y'all. Speaking of paying,
All right.
I got a little story here about Boudreaux.
Boudreaux.
Now, just the other day, Boudreaux, he saw Thibodeau, and he was walking by his house. And Boudreaux hollered at him to stop down, come on down for a little visit. Now, when Thibodeau got a little bit closer, Boudreaux noticed that he had two black eyes. Now, lack of curiosity, not being one of Boudreaux's good point, he inquired. And Thibodeau, he said, "Why you got two black eyes there, bro?" Now, Thibodeau, he sighs. He said, "Man, I got them from being Mr. Nice Guy." Now, Boudreaux is kind of confused. He said, "What you mean by being a nice guy? How does being a nice guy got you them two black eyes?" Now, Thibodeau says, "Well, I was in church yesterday. I was sitting behind Mrs. Abel. And when she stood up, I saw that her dress was all stuck up her butt. So I reached over that pew and I pulled it out for her.
Oh no.
It was about that time, Miss
Goodness,
Abel, she turned around, socked me in the eye. So I got a black eye." Now, Boudreaux, he's looking at Thibodeau kind of curiously. He said, "All right, that explains one of those black eyes. How you got that other one?" "Well," Thibodeau said, "well, that's when I was really trying to be a nice guy. I figured she must have wanted it up there. I tried to stick it back in for her. So now I got black eyes."
Shit, I could see that happening.
Oh man, he's so helpful. He's just trying to be helpful.
Now this is just a little bit later. Now, Boudreaux was in the hospital, and he was pretty near death. Now they called up his family. They was all standing around. They figured they might as well call the priest. And this happened to be Father Abel, the husband of Mrs. Abel. Well, can't be a husband, huh? All right, never mind that, y'all. It's different Abel. All right, as Father Abel, he come in, he stood beside that bed. Now, in Boudreaux's frail condition, he wasn't doing so good, y'all. Now, Boudreaux motioned frantically for something to write with. Now, Father Abel lovingly and gently handed him a pen and a little piece of paper. Now, Boudreaux used his last ounce of strength to scribble a note. Then he died.
Oh.
Now, Father Abel, he thought it best not to look at that little note just yet. Right, right there. Not good. So he took it and he stuffed it in his pocket. Now, later on that, a couple days ago, I don't know, about 3 days, and Father Abel was delivering a eulogy. He realized that he was wearing the very same jacket that he wore on the day Boudreaux died. So he says to the crowd, he says, Boudreaux handed me a note just before he died. I haven't read it yet, but as we all know Boudreaux, I'm sure there's a word of inspiration in there for all of us." Now, Father Abel, he slowly unfolded the note and he read it aloud. You're standing on my oxygen tube, Father. That's all that was on that note.
God, this is why we need you here, Wild.
Lord have mercy. Yeah.
All right, with that, I ain't gonna say too many.
Yeah.
Clotilde's up next, but I'm gonna save it. So we're gonna do open mic to anybody who gets up here first. Ain't got to raise your hand or
Rush
nothing.
the stage. Rush the stage now.
Go ahead, Wow. Go.
No, I ain't got nothing. Fiddlah got some
Doesn't
jokes.
Boston have sports for us?
Yeah, Boston. You got a
Oh,
sports
yeah. We
update
gotta
for
hear
us
the
this week?
sports. Yeah.
Boston?
Yeah,
He's here. He's got to get his way up. Okay, cool.
All right, everybody, let's give a warm welcome for Boston.
yesterday, the Cowboys beat the Buccaneers. The Bills won on Sunday. The 49ers won.
Niners won.
On Sunday, my grandpa passed away
I don't know.
at 3 p.m.
Don't even know, do you? I'm sorry to hear that, Boston.
Oh man, I'm sorry, your
That's
grandpa.
really sad. That's sad,
And it
Boston.
is.
Wait, what happened?
Sorry.
I don't even know how to say it. I don't know what to say on that. Say
What, Randy?
give a big hand.
Yeah.
Boston, our prayers are with you and your
What
family.
happened, man? What happened? I don't
Yeah,
get it.
sorry about that, Boston.
His grandma died.
Oh,
Sorry to hear that, Boston.
sorry for your loss, man. I
That's
hope you
tough.
spent some time with her.
Thank you.
We're going to say it out loud, Liz. You too. We're going to say it out loud.
All right. Well,
Mississippi.
kind of chilled the situation a little bit. Let me see if I can change that. All that
Okay.
depth. Good. All right, y'all. Thibodeau. Did y'all know he used to drive a big old semi truck, big
No,
18
we didn't
wheeler?
know that.
He's a truck driver.
No?
Before. Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry,
Well,
we got
Thibodeau
us.
used to have a job as a long haul truck driver. Now,
Oh.
on one particular trip, he had been out on the road for 3 weeks straight.
Oof.
Now, as he was driving through Nevada,
Without
he
a
stopped
sleep
into a
pad.
house of ill repute
Uh-oh.
just outside of Vegas. Now, he walked straight up to the madam, dropped down $500, and he says, I want the ugliest woman you got in the house and a bologna sandwich. Now, the madam, she was astonished. But, sir, for that kind of money, you could have one of my finest ladies and a 3-course meal.
Ooh.
Thibodeau replies, said, listen here, Chef. I know what I want. I ain't horny. I'm homesick.
Oh,
Oh, man.
Oh. Oh, man.
All right, y'all. Boudreaux and Thibodeau were talking yesterday.
Hi, Johnny.
Hey, Johnny.
hey, John.
And Thibodeau had been out for a few days. Now, Boudreaux asked him how he was feeling. Oh, yeah, he was out with the flu, y'all. Maybe it was that COVID. I don't know. Anyway, Boudreaux asked him how he was feeling. He says, oh, I'm a lot better, thank you. You know, a wonderful experience. And Boudreaux said, wonderful? How the hell can the flu be wonderful? Now, Thibodeau says, well, I learned that my Clotilde really, really, really loves me.
Aw.
She know that whenever the mailman came by, or the milkman, headed toward that front door, Clotilde ran out to meet him. I could hear her all excited yelling at them, my husband is home. My husband is home. I think I stole that one from Y. I heard her say one like that last week.
Funny.
That's a classic. That's a
It
classic.
is, class.
Ah.
All right, y'all. Boudreaux and Thibodeau. Y'all, last week they decided to go down to that new casino down in Lake Charles. Now, after they had been there for a couple hours, they got separated. Several hours later, Boudreaux saw Thibodeau walking around with a big old bucket. Now, that bucket was full of quarters. Boudreaux said, "Hey, Thibodeau, look like you've been passing a pretty good time down there, huh?" "Man, I ain't had me no luck at all." How'd you win all them quarters?" Down Thibodeau to that reply, he said, "Boudreaux, I found me this machine. It pays off every time I put my money in it. Every time.
Wow.
Every time I put $1 in, I win 4 quarters."
Well, hey, that's better than losing. Wow.
Better lose.
I know he's doing a change machine.
I have a feeling he's gonna break even.
Because you're not heavy, he'd be walking down the road.
You be doing better than most others.
All right, y'all. Open mic. Who wants to come up? Somebody was moving earlier. Gleesa?
I will.
All right.
I will.
Hey,
All right, everybody. Let's welcome Gleesa to the stage.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Oh my gosh. Hello.
Wow.
Everybody,
Say
go
hello
to
to my
the
backside.
You don't have to
Are
yell.
you getting ready to moon us or what?
That would be fun if I could do that. You know, my nephew had one of those on his car. He had this little car, and he had a guy in the back where he'd push this like vacuum thing or whatever. It was little, and it would moon the cars behind him. It was kind of cute. Yeah. Instead of the dog with the head bouncing up and down,
Yeah, there you go.
it was a little guy pulling his pants down. Okay. So I have some really stupid jokes tonight. So bear with me.
Okay.
What does a cloud wear under his raincoat?
A cloud? Or
Yeah.
Clown?
Cloud.
A cloud.
What?
A silver
Underwear.
Underwear.
Oh,
What did one volcano say to the other?
Let's blow this joint.
I love you.
Oh.
Why did the garden feel overcrowded?
Why?
There wasn't mushroom. Aw. Aw. And what did the beach say to the tide when it finally came in? Long time no see.
Long time. Oh, man. Oh, hi, Tide. Yes.
And what do you call two monkeys sharing an Amazon account? Prime mates.
Oh.
And why do ducks have tail feathers?
Why?
To cover their butt quacks. And why are penguins? Aw, why are penguins socially awkward? Because they can't break the ice.
Very clever, yes.
And why can't you trust zookeepers?
Why?
No?
Why?
Because they love cheetahs.
They love cheetahs.
And why did the lamb go everywhere Mary went?
Why?
You wanted to mark his territory.
I put in the lamb. It was a ram.
And what do you call a hen who counts her eggs?
OCD.
A mathema chicken.
I messed
Oh,
with you.
That's a good one.
And this is, I'm going to close with this one. Sorry. Well, I got to calm myself here. What did Jack say to Jill after they rolled down the hill?
My
I don't
turn.
know.
I think I spilled the water. Okay. I told you they were stupid.
Oh, very good.
And you see the cat on my leg? In real, my cat jumped up.
I see that, yeah.
Yeah, in real life, my cat jumped up and bit me on the knee. So I had her SL'd and glued to my leg.
Girly.
Yay, Gleesa.
Such
Yeah,
problems.
big hand for Gleesa, y'all. Gleesa's always got the funniest stuff, I swear.
Or the
It's a
stupidest.
pickpocket, you know. Watch out.
Cute. Those were cute.
I got some dumb ones too, but not as bad as all. I don't think.
Those were cute.
Well, we'll find out after
I
this.
love you. Oh.
I just got a story or two to tell y'all. Might not even be long.
That's good. It's good.
All right, a small zoo down in Louisiana, southeast Louisiana to be more specific. Now, the zoo obtained a very rare species of gorilla. Now, within a few weeks, the gorilla, which by the way was a female, became very difficult. Upon examination, the veterinarian determined the problem. That gorilla was in heat. And to make matters worse, there was no male gorilla available anywheres in Louisiana. Now, thinking about that problem, Mr. Boudreaux, the zookeeper, he thought of Pierre, a Cajun part-time worker responsible for cleaning the animal cages, like, the poop cleaner. Now, Pierre had very little sense, but he possessed ample ability to satisfy females. Apparently, he was a player.
Oh God.
Now, Boudreaux, he thought that he might have a solution. So Pierre was approached with the proposition. Would he be willing to mate with that gorilla for $500? $500, y'all. That's a lot of money.
Oh, okay.
Now, Pierre showed some interest, but he said it would have to think about it a little more carefully overnight. So the following day, he announced that he would accept their offer, but only under 5 conditions. 5. Now, the first condition, Pierre said, I ain't going to kiss her on the lips.
Okay.
Boudreaux, he agreed very quickly. He agreed on that one. Can't blame that boy at all. So Pierre said, number 2, she must wear a Dale Earnhardt Forever t-shirt. Long live Dale, y'all.
Yeah.
Again, Boudreaux agreed to this condition. Now, let's say on the 3rd, you can't never, ever, ever tell no one about this.
Oh yeah.
Again,
That's obvious.
Boudreaux agreed. Ain't gonna tell nobody. All right, 4th one, PSA. I want all the children to be Southern Baptist raised. Not Catholic, Southern Baptist. I don't know why, but. All right, and the last condition, PSA, I'll need another week to come up with that $500, y'all. It's $500, man. That's a lot of money.
Oh man.
Number 1, I don't want to have to kiss her. Number two.
See, that's probably 2 whole weeks of salary for old Pierre. All right, I'm gonna do like
that
one
whole
more.
thing is just wrong.
I like to throw in them really bad ones in every now and then.
Oh, that's a real good one.
That was funny.
That's good.
All right. After a day of fishing at a lake near his house, Boudreaux was walking home carrying two big old fish in a bucket. Now, he's approached by the game warden, who asks him for his fishing license. Now, naturally, Boudreaux ain't got no fishing license. He says to the warden, I didn't catch these fish. They're my pets. Now, every day I come down to the lake, take them for a swim. And when they finish swimming, I whistle, they jump back in the bucket, and we go home.
Oh,
Now,
man.
the
Wow.
fish warden, he didn't believe that. Not one bit did he believe that shit. And he reminds Boudreaux that it's illegal to fish without a license in the fresh waters of the great state of Louisiana.
Ooh.
Mhm.
Yeah. Now Boudreaux turns to the warden and he says, if you don't believe me, come watch. As he throws the fish back into the water. Now the warden looks at Boudreaux. He says, all right, now whistle to your fish. Show me that they can come back out the water and jump in that bucket. Fisherman turns to, Boudreaux turns to the warden. He looks at him with a big old smile. What fish? What you talking about?
Got him all right now.
All right, I think I'm going to try one more. I like this one. As again, it's about Boudreaux. And then we'll do open mic after this here. All right, Boudreaux went to confession last Saturday. Now, once he was sitting down in the confessional, he told the priest that he had sinned. Now, the priest asked him what he done. Boudreaux told him, Father, I done stole me some lumber. Now, the father asked, and how much lumber did you steal? Boudreaux, well, I built my coon dog a nice doghouse. And the father says, well, my son, that don't sound too bad at all. Now Boudreaux interrupts him, well, that's not the whole truth. I done built me a 4-car garage also. So the father, he says, now that sounds a little bit more serious. Again, Boudreaux interrupts. His father, I cannot tell you no lie. I got to get it all off my chest. I built the doghouse, the 4-car garage, and a 5-bedroom house. All that lumber I stole.
Dang.
Now the priest, he's in total shock. Well now, that is pretty damn serious, Boudreaux. For your penance, you're going to have to go and make a novena. Boudreaux says, Father, I ain't never made one of them novenas, but if you got the blueprints, I got the lumber.
That's a good one. I like that one.
Can't beat the coon ass. Can't beat the coon
All right, open mic.
Fiddlah.
Yeah, I'll go up. I only got a couple real dumb
Hey,
ones.
Fiddler.
Well, that's okay. That's a couple more than you got without having them. Yeah.
That's a good way of putting that,
The hell
There's a
just
couple
happened?
more. Okay.
Great intro.
Good to see everybody. It's been a few weeks. So I'm going to just really start off right from the top here where I think it's stupid and it just gets worse. I think my neighbor is stalking me.
I gotta turn you up a little bit.
Can you hear me?
I hear
Yeah,
you
your
now.
neighbor's stalking you.
Yeah, I think my neighbor's stalking me. She's been Googling my name on her computer. I know. I saw it through my telescope last night.
I didn't know she was Googling.
Did you know that artificial intelligence is no match for natural stupidity? I want to thank you for explaining the word many to me. It really means a lot.
I get
Yeah,
it.
I told you that, man.
Who's tickling you over
The
there?
dad is washing the car with his son. That happens all the time, bringing up the son. After a moment, the son asks his father, "Hey, Dad, you think we could use a sponge instead?" My email password has been hacked. That's the third time this week I've had to rename the cat. When I found out that my toaster wasn't waterproof, I was shocked.
Shit. You must make me do a spit take on my keyboard.
Shocking.
The other day I was going to go looking for my missing watch, but I didn't have the time. This is what you say to someone that you really don't care about. I'm not saying I hate you, but, if it came to one thing or the other, I would unplug your life support to charge my phone. I know, that's a bad one, huh?
That is, yeah.
That's pretty
My
good.
IQ test recently just came back. I'm really relieved. Thank God it's negative. My buddy accidentally pooped his pants in the elevator. He's taking his shit to a whole new level.
Oh my God. Those last two jokes are Boudreaux jokes right there.
Don't you just love how in horror movies the person will always ask, "Is anyone there?" As if the killer's going to say, "Oh yeah, I'm in the kitchen. Want a sandwich?" And last but not least, women sometimes make fools out of men, but most guys are the do-it-yourself type. You know what I mean? That's all I got.
And that
Thanks,
is the truth. All
everyone.
right, big hand,
If I can do that.
Way to go, Fit. Damn, laugh track from here on out.
All right, here's another one. This was Boudreaux and Marie. All right, Boudreaux and Marie. They took a little weekend getaway trip recently, and they went down to New Orleans and stayed at one of them big old fancy hotels. Now Boudreaux is presented with a bill of $400 for 2 nights. Well, being a cheap ass individual that Boudreaux is, he proceeded to cut loose on the desk clerk. For why my bill's so damn high, boy? We was just here for 2 nights. Now the clerk advises him, well, sir, the motel has a health spa, exercise equipment, a running track, an Olympic-sized swimming pool, and free computers, Wi-Fi. I mean. Now Boudreaux, but I didn't use none of that stuff. And the clerk says, well, maybe not, but it was available. Now Boudreaux, he's pretty pissed off. He's really mad now, and he tells the guy, he says, well, if I gotta pay that, Here's a bill for you for $350 for you sleeping with my wife. Now the clerk's kind of confused. He looks at Boudreaux and he says, I didn't sleep with your wife. And Boudreaux screams back at him. He says, well, maybe not, but she was available. Hey up, man.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna remember that one. Because I've complained on that shit too.
Get what you pay for.
Shit, I'm the kind I complain about everything.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Mo.
All right, y'all.
I wouldn't use
Roy Thibodeau. He went down to the crawfish plant to apply for a job. The manager told him the first thing they would have to do is take a written test. Now, about 2 hours later, they finished that test, and the manager scored them. A few moments later, he came back in the room and he told them that they had both passed the test. He was only going to hire Boudreaux. Now, Thibodeau jumped up and he howled, said, man, if we both pass the test, how come Boudreaux gets hired and I don't? Manager says, well, because of the last question on the test. Boudreaux answered, I don't know. And you answered, me neither.
That's good.
All right, open mic again. Anybody else got a joke they want to throw up?
Papa? Randy?
I see a volunteer.
Oh,
Yeah, we got some new blood. We got some new blood coming up. Lord.
All right, don't start yet. Dr.Vatzen.
Hi, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Everybody give a big warm welcome for Dr. Vatzen.
Okay, all right, so I've never done this before, but here we go. Okay, so Boudreaux's inspirational Death Note story reminds me about the really wealthy man who was on his deathbed. And so he was surrounded by his loving family, and everybody was hushed and so concerned about him because they loved him and they appreciated his wisdom. So the dying man was very weak and he struggled to speak. But, at last he found the strength to speak and he was opening his mouth. So his family moved closer and closer to hear what his dying words were going to be. And so finally they hear him say, I should have had more sex.
Man.
Your mic's a little too loud.
Oh, okay, sorry. I was too close to the mic. I'll pull back a little. Okay. Okay, well, anyway, is this better?
Yeah, you
Okay.
good.
Well, anyway, getting old sure is tough. Not sure if it's tougher on men or on women. The looks and the physical performance deteriorate for both of them. But my dad, this is a true story. My dad had a good attitude about getting older, and so he used to say, "There's a reason that your eyesight goes bad when you get older." And
now you mention it.
Gleesa through his mic.
Oh, okay. So, and likewise, there's I suppose there's a reason that your sense of smell deteriorates when you get older. Okay. Okay. So living with somebody is really hard. You get in each other's way and you quarrel about things, like what temperature should you set the thermostat to, or who gets to sleep on which side of the bed, and how and when to clean, what to eat, how to spend money. So I've had the same girlfriend for over 17 years, and we're convinced that the reason that our relationship has lasted so long is that we didn't marry and we don't live together. And So I sort of have to respect those people who marry. You know, it's the triumph of imagination and hope over reality. And so, you know, speaking of marriage, did you hear about the ideal marriage? It's between a deaf, you know, a hearing impaired, a deaf man, hearing impaired, and a blind woman. He doesn't have to listen to her complain, and she doesn't have to see his messiness and ugliness.
That is so true.
You know what?
Here, and you don't have to tell me about quarrels.
Okay.
It's a good thing I'm losing my eyesight and you can't hear.
So speaking of love, a man wants to be a woman's first love. A woman wants to be a man's last love. That's the difference between men and women.
That's right.
And likewise, a guy wants a good girl who will be bad just for him. But a gal wants a bad boy who will be good just for her.
So true.
That makes sense.
Spot on.
And, you know, a man comes out of a woman, at least a straight man, a man comes out of a woman, and if he's straight, he spends the rest of his life trying to get back in.
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
Okay, so, well, you know, the first half of our life is ruined by our parents. And the second half of our life is ruined by our kids. So I'm sorry that some of these jokes are pretty cynical. I mean, I specialize in cynical jokes.
I can tell. I wouldn't say my life's been ruined.
Okay, so this one isn't cynical. Okay, so and this is a friend. I have a very funny Australian female friend, and she told me that she said this. She said, Steve asked me if I had any rules on a first date. I told him, no sex on the table in the restaurant.
Well, that's reasonable.
Gee, so I have to wonder what happened under the table.
Oh dear. Well, no regrets on the deathbed, I guess.
You see
And so,
American Pie?
no, I haven't. Why? What happened there?
Oh, you have to watch it. I'm
They
not done.
stuck their dick in a pie.
Ooh.
Oh, well, that's maybe one thing out of all of the three. Yeah.
Okay, so this next one's another true story. Well, this is a true story. You know, it was Rosh Hashanah, you know, the Jewish holy day, the New Year, and my brother, because you know I've come from a Jewish family, and my brother who was in his teens at the time, and he didn't want to go to the synagogue, and my father kept saying you need to go to the synagogue. My brother kept refusing. So finally, in exasperation, my father yelled, "For Christ's sake, go to the synagogue!" It's a true story.
It's a good joke. It's a little mixed up, but it's okay. You know, we get it. You know. Yes.
Okay. You know, I met a man who said that the reason he's a vegetarian isn't that he cares about animals. Rather, he's vegetarian because he hates vegetables.
Oh, there you go.
All right. Okay. So, and this next one I made up. What do they study in theology class in hell?
Nothing.
What do they study in theology class now?
Good question.
The problem of good.
The problem with good. Yeah, makes sense.
Okay.
All right. So I made this next one up too. Maybe I shouldn't have to say that. But anyway, criminals tried to steal my identity, but it didn't work because I'm a Buddhist and they couldn't find any identity.
Joke's on them.
That's good.
Okay, but it's not really true to say that I'm a Buddhist. Maybe my mind is sort of Buddhist, and my heart is devotional because in the foxhole everyone's is a believer, but my body is a hedonist, and so in fact I'm not really a united person. I have different parts of me, different desires, and that's especially true in Second Life. So when people say, what do you want to do? I say, well, it depends on what part of me you're talking about.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
Especially in Second Life, because there are a lot of temptations here, and the rules here in Second Life are a lot rather looser than they are in real life. So part of me is tempted to do certain things that that I know I really shouldn't do. Okay.
Do it.
I do them anyways.
Now, the rest of this is about second. More about Second Life. Okay, so lots of people in Second Life tell horrible stories about themselves. This is sort of serious. I meet lots of people, and I'm always shocked about the stories. About abuse and rape and divorce and death and suicide. It's amazing how much. So I don't know if people here in Second Life are more screwed up than in real life, or maybe they're just more open. I don't know. Maybe what do people think? Are people more screwed up here, or are they just more honest?
Do you know what? That is a great question. It's not just a joke, but it's a real lead into a conversation, man. That's a good one.
Like I said, artificial intelligence is no match for natural stupidity.
Yeah, there is. I agree with Happy.
Say that again. What did Happy say?
Oh, yeah, that makes
less
sense.
fear of social rejection.
Less fear of social rejection.
Yeah, I think so. Yes. Anyway,
If you look like her, okay, you're all right. I'll tell you what, but you come down the belly and that's a different story.
Okay.
Okay. So anyway, a lot of people here, tell me that complain. They say, oh, they're stressed, they're depressed, or they're scared. But I tell them, hey, my opinion is this: if you're not angry, depressed, and frightened, there's something seriously wrong with you, and you need to get professional help as soon as possible.
Good, thank you.
That's why he's a doctor.
And if you're all that happy, you're on too much medication.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so anyway,
Now, thank you.
I agree with all of that.
okay, so anyway, I have some more. I'm going to end with some. It's fun to read Second Life profiles. If I'm going too long, let me know. Otherwise, I have some jokes about Second Life profiles.
Oh no, keep going. That's the best. That's the freaking best, man.
Oh my gosh, we want to hear.
Okay. So, some of my friends and I, made these observations about Second Life profiles. So, you often read things in profiles. They say one thing, but you really know that they mean something else. For example, if a profile says, "I'm here to have fun,"
Yeah.
what that really means is I try to have sex with every girl, guy that they see. Likewise, if it says I'm open-minded, that means tries to have sex with every transsexual girl he sees, every non-human avatar, and maybe with some objects too.
Oh dear.
This guy's
Furry in there too, huh?
Yeah, it's like
awesome. Yeah.
curious means likes trying every kinky act imaginable. I am me because I don't follow chat. And that means I can't do two things at the same time. Okay, and if the profile says I hate drama, then that really means I'm usually the one causing it.
Ain't that the truth, man? You got it nailed.
Okay, and if especially if it's a woman, maybe this is sexist to say, but if a woman says, I'm taken in both real life and Second Life, he's the most wonderful man in the world. And, what that really means is I was hurt so many times in Second Life that I don't even want to try again. Okay, and if a profile says, not interested in pixel sex, that means you have to work to win me.
Let's just go get some. Yeah.
Okay, and if the profile says likes deep conversations, that really means loves cyber sex. All right.
Oh, jeez.
And if the profile says single 26, what it really means is married 58.
That's good.
Okay, like about 10 more. I'm always up for a nice chat. Feel free to say hello. That means I'm an easy lay. Okay. If the profile says I like to keep real life and second life separate, what that really means is my real life partner would be furious at me if they knew what I was doing here.
They saw the screen and they walked in the room. Oh boy.
Okay, and some people, it's almost always women again who put this in their profile. Put this picture in your profile to show that you're against animal cruelty, right? Yep. What that really means is I am a space case. Okay, and if it says no webcam, no voice, that means I don't want you to know my gender, age, weight, looks, and state of poverty.
All of the above, huh?
All of the above, yeah.
Okay, and if it says I prefer voice, that means I love phone sex. Okay, if it says there's a real person behind the screen, then what I think is, you think I'm stupid and this will be a surprise to me.
That's a robot.
All right, and it's tendency, I actually see all these things in people's profiles. And okay, if somebody has real life off limits in their profile, you can be sure that means they don't actually have a real life. And if somebody says same in real life and Second Life, that means that they're made of pixels and imagination in real life. Okay. And then, sometimes you see a totally blank profile, right? I see those quite often. There's nothing at all in the profile. No groups, no first life, no second life, And so I always think there are three possibilities for that. One is I'm super secretive and paranoid. Or two, I'm verbally challenged. Or three, this account is one of my many alts, and I'm too busy doing alt stuff to fill out the profile. And then, sometimes you see, I see, women with very lengthy profiles with all these rules and warnings, saying if you do this, I'm going to, you're going to regret it or something. So I say, do I need a lawyer to actually talk with you? All right. Okay. The last one is if it says, not new, and it's on a new account, then it means I have too many enemies and ex-lovers on my old account, or I was banned for being a perv in my previous account.
Oh, wonderful.
Okay. Thank you.
Awesome.
Great. Good job.
All right,
Good
everybody,
job.
big hand
Good
for
job.
Dr. Vatzen.
That's great.
After 18 years, he got the right to tell those jokes, man. After 18 freaking years. Holy shit.
That's true. I've been here. I don't know if that shows that I should be proud of being here 18 years or I should be ashamed of it.
I'm
There ain't nothing to be ashamed of.
You should be just as bitter and cynical as you are.
As a friend, you're funny.
All right, so I'm going to ask for open mic one more time, because I guess we still got a couple of minutes, even though we after 6 o'clock, but we didn't start on time, because we never did.
I got some dumbass jokes if you want to hear some, dumbass ones. That's a
All
tough
right.
act to follow, though. The doc is a tough act to follow. I'm telling you right now.
All right, everybody, let's welcome Randy up.
I'll give it a shot.
And Randy, like
Woohoo!
this 8 minutes.
Oh, okay. I could do well. I don't know. I never read these.
I know you don't look at the clock.
No, I know. I don't look at nothing.
All right, big hand for Randy.
Oh no, I'm telling you, it was a hard act to follow, Doc. That was awesome. It was an 18-year experience being in Second Life that you have every right to tell all those jokes and then some, because I bet you've seen it all, man. Oh God. Okay, I just got some dumb stuff. They're just jokes about winter. Where does a snowman get the weather report? The Winternet. What's the weatherman's favorite food in winter? Burritos.
All right.
Why did the husband pour warm water on his computer? He had asked his wife what to do if it froze up with Windows.
Oh no.
Why did the bear keep getting fired? Well, always seemed to disappear around wintertime. What can you catch in the winter even with your eyes closed?
Cold.
A cold, that's right. What did the tree say after a long cold winter?
I think I'll leave.
What a relief.
Oh,
so close, so close.
Must be springtime.
Soon. What do you call a ghost in winter? Casper. Yeah, I know. It's so dumb, aren't they? What did the icy road say to the car? Would you like to go for a spin? Did that. Put a cabrio front wheel drive, fixed it all up. I went flying down the road and I went to turn up the hill. I did a freaking 360 on this little side road. I almost went off the road. Holy shit. Oh, what does a barber shop serve in winter? Cold cuts. Cold cut. Why was the king penguin's wife so misunderstood? Well, she was a total ice queen. Never got close to anybody, you know. I'll tell you, it's like my ex-wife, you know. I tell you, she was a lousy cook too. In my house, we prayed after we eat, you know. Okay. Who were the snowman's parents? Mom and Popsicle.
Nice.
What did one snowman say to the other? Do you smell carrot? It's crazy. I don't know where I found it. What time is it when the little white flakes fall outside the classroom window? Snow and tell. Yeah, you know. Anybody who's ever been a teacher, you know, or a student, anything that happens outside, go to the window and look, right? Anything to get out of that bullshit. Yap, yap, yap. Okay, why was the little snowman sad? Oh, because he got a complete meltdown. And you just stop me whenever you want, because these are all the same.
Three more.
Which is faster, hot or cold?
Hot.
Hot. You can catch cold pretty easy.
That's right.
What do you call a play or musical in the North Pole? Snow business. And my last one for the night, ladies and gentlemen. What do you get when you cross a vampire with a snowman? Frostbite.
All right, everybody. Big hand for Randy.
I don't deserve it, but thank you so much. Always fun.
I love you.
Always fun.
Well, you know, here we clap whether you deserve it or not. All right, y'all. Marie, she went to the doctor. She went to see Dr. Hebert for her annual checkup. Now, when Boudreaux got home that afternoon, the first thing that greeted him was Marie, naked, standing in the mirror, in front of the mirror, admiring herself. Now, Boudreaux said, Marie, what the world are you doing? Now, Marie, obviously proud of herself, she says, Boudreaux, I went for my checkup today, and the doctor told me I got the breast of a 25-year-old. Now, Boudreaux, not being one to let a chance pass him by, he giggled, said, oh, yeah? And what did he say about that 50-year-old ass of yours? Now, Marie, not to be outdone, she says, well, come to think about it, Boudreaux, he didn't mention your name not one time.
Good for her.
All right, guys, with that, we're going to call one more time for open mic, just in case anybody got a joke they want to share. No? 3, 2, 1. All right. All right, everybody. We're going to call it a wrap. Thank you for coming. Thank you for joking with us. Thank you for laughing at us. Making us laugh. See y'all next week.
Always a great
Thank you,
time.
Bill.
I gotta go tip the register back.